King upgrade, who's next? Rich boy, got him on deck. Good boy, tell a nigga fresh. I put my new man on a leash. Try to my old nigga, you.
Good morning, guys. It's Nani back with another video. First things first, I want to start by saying good morning, beautiful ladies and gentlemen. It is right now. It is 8:25 in the morning, and if you're just now seeing this, good morning. Go brush your teeth. Go eat something. Do your normal routine. Go wash your face. Go take a shower. Go make yourself feel refreshed. It's Tuesday. It's another day. You get to breathe. You get to live life. You get to shoot your shot. You know me? But if I'm talking like a little bit weird, it's because I just got my braces tightened yesterday and I am in crucial fucking pain. You guys do not understand. But like I said, I'm trying to be more active for you guys. So here I am with another video, and this video isn't anything specific, you know, special in particular. It's just simple. I just want to update you guys and, you know, talk to you guys. And if you're feeling down, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's Tuesday. It's another day. Don't feel down. Like, whatever you're going through, you are going to get through. So do not worry about anything falling apart right now. Because when life throws lemon at you, you make fucking lemonade, okay? And that is period, okay? Period. Gentlemen, that goes for you guys too. I know you guys can see that my nails actually didn't get done this weekend. If you watch my previous video, I was supposed to get my nails done, but guess what? I kind of slept all weekend, like all weekend. Like, it was bad. Like, I was really like sleeping all day, and you guys know nothing's open at night, but I'm a night owl, like I said. I hope you guys are doing good, and sorry, my nose itches. I hope you guys are ready for Christmas, because I'm not. But that's besides the point. I hope you guys are ready for Christmas and New Year's, and with the New Year's coming in, I hope you guys stay safe. And I'm supposed to, well, I was aware that we are supposed to be closing down. So we're closing down again. I just want you guys to stay safe. Enjoy quarantine. Make the best of it. You know, find yourself within those times, because a lot of us are suffering. And I'm not going to sit here and plagiarize anybody, because I am my own human being. But, depression is a bitch. I can say that. So if you're going through a tough time right now, I just want you to keep your head up, and, you know, you will definitely get through it. Okay? Hard times do not last, baby girl, baby boy. Hard times do not last. So yeah, I just want you guys to stay motivated, and everybody please stay safe, because like I said, we're supposed to be going back on shutdown, and I just want to make sure that everybody around me, even if we don't talk every day or talk at all, I just want you to be safe. I don't know, a lot has happened through 2020. I can actually say that. And it has been a fucking roller coaster ride and a half. Okay? I'm not perfect, and I don't pretend to hide feelings. When I'm in my bag, I'm in my bag. So I'm not in my bag right now though. But hold on, can y'all check out, can we get braid cam real quick? Yeah, I did my braids last night. Second try. Well, first time I did just simple box braids with the black. And then I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. If I could do those box braids, I could add some color to it. So as y'all can see, yeah, I did that. It was me. I did that. I'm definitely self-taught. And if I'm self-taught, you can be self-taught too. You know, you just gotta teach yourself, because in this world, we are not taught what we're supposed to know. It's what they want us to know. So, you know, it's okay to take some time and fucking go find yourself, or, you know, just find what you like, find yourself, okay? Because, you know, love and everything will come. But for the moment, it is okay to be single and take time for yourself and stop talking to your friends and go MIA. It is okay. It is okay. Like I said, we all handle things differently, and we are all our own human beings. So at the end of the day, if, you know, I wouldn't say like you should feel some type of way if your friend doesn't want to talk to you about certain things, but I think you should start looking at it from their point of view and understand why they can't talk to you or why they feel misjudged by you. So it's okay to definitely, you know, just drop yourself in the world. I did it. I'm back. I'm okay. I'm still breathing. You know, a lot of things take a toll on a human's body, especially when you're going through a lot at one time. But I'd say this, you know, God doesn't put anything in front of us but we cannot walk by. So as for that, I can actually say, like, yes, there's been a lot of tough shit in that. There's been moments where I felt like I wasn't getting by, or I was just like, you know what? It was like life was just bam, punching me in my fucking face, like bam, bam, bam. And, you know, I was just kind of just, okay, throw another one, hit me again. Like, I know you guys seen that video, but it's basically that's how I just been controlling life. You can't control everything. Everything is not in your control. So please take a moment, a step back, and relax. Let everything just flow, because everything will flow. But you cannot control everything. So just, you know, be conscious on what you're putting your mind and energy to, because if you put your energy to negative things, all you're going to get is negative feedback. And I'm pretty sure none of us wants that around here, right? Yeah. So, you know, like I said, it's okay to fall into depression, and it's okay not to be okay. I promise we are all going to get out of this. But I just wanted to, you know, let everybody know that it's okay to be depressed. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to not be okay. It is okay to not be okay, okay? Like, I don't want you guys feeling like you guys need to be trapped in this dark spot. Like, you don't. You can always talk to somebody. You can always talk to yourself. Like, take your own advice sometimes. It is okay to take your own advice. I say this and I'm being a hypocrite right now. Do not be a me right now, because I do not take my own advice. I do not sit there and be like, you know what, Nani, you should do this, you should do that. No. But do I regret it in the end and be like, damn, I should have took my own opinion? Damn, see? Then sometimes I just lose track of words. My own advice. See? It came back. But I hope everybody is having a beautiful Tuesday. And like I said, it is 8:33. So if you haven't ate yet, you haven't brushed your teeth yet, you haven't got out of bed, put your phone down. Your phone is going to be there when you come back. Get up, take a shower, feel refreshed, brush your teeth, put a face mask on, go make some breakfast. You feel me? Go binge eat, watch your favorite show. Get up. Okay, it's a beautiful day. It's another chance to make it right. So let's do this. We got this. And like I said, everybody that's going through a tough time, I hope you get through it. We all go through tough times, and not everybody speaks on their problems. But I just want you to know that it is definitely okay to go through something alone. Because when you go through something alone, you realize a lot of things, like, you know. And sometimes to you it may not be good, but from the outside it definitely is, because you needed that. You needed somebody to not be there when you was at your darkest times, to show you that you don't need them. Because look at you. You made it, right? You made it. So, you know, sometimes it's okay to go through things alone and realize a lot of things is not what it seems to be. Because in this world, that's what a lot of things are played out to be. They're most of the times not what they're supposed to be. They're played out to be what they're supposed to be, basically. So, you know, it's okay to sit here and be mad and But after that, don't get mad about anything else again. Don't let nothing affect your energy. Come on. No, don't do that. Don't let nothing affect your energy. Like, it's like giving somebody the power to control you. And I know you guys do not like feeling like somebody's controlling. Like, you're not my boss. Like, you don't tell me what to do. Exactly. So take it into your own hands and just, I'm not going to argue. Like, I had an argument at work. This girl, right? She was sitting there, blah, 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 talking. And I'm just like, yo, but look at you, wasting energy. It's the energy you give, the energy you get back. See, I was giving her, you know, calm vibes. So what did she do? She just walked away. Like, and it's just certain things you don't need to keep putting your energy to. Stop repeating the same things to the same people. Obviously, they didn't hear you the first time. What makes you think they're going to listen the second and third time? But, I'm going to go start my day because, it's Tuesday and like, yeah, you know. But, it's Tuesday and I just wanted to talk to you guys. I hope you guys like my braids. This was my second time doing them. I'm not really sure if I mentioned that, but if I didn't, it's there. But I hope you guys like my braids, and I hope you guys have a good day today and for the rest of the year. I definitely will keep uploading for you guys. I love doing this, love making videos for you guys, raw and uncut. So yeah, everybody, feel me? Go have fun today. Go shoot your shot. Go try something new. Go play that sport with your wacky ass friends. Go do it. Nobody's gonna stop you. You can only stop you. And that's period. But I'm out of here. Bye.